Hello, this is National Chess Master Rats at chess.com, continuing my video series on the correspondence team match play between my video lessons group and the team CARPE DIEM. This is on board 78. Our man is SeanMcG playing gokroznik, low 1800s versus high 1600 rating advantage. And this game could have gone either way, as we'll see. One side gets a winning game and then bungles it. And these are kind of things that shouldn't happen in correspondence chess. Now, I don't think this bishop check is the correct way to go. The bishop going to c4 puts it on a nice active square because this allows black to make an exchange to develop his piece. See, that just developed the black queen knight. Okay, so you don't want to allow exchanges where your opponent can improve his position with exchanges. Okay, but still the game is relatively even. Black has the better bishop in respect to the fact this pawn is on the same color as white's bishop, and black has got a lot of pawns on light squares. But there's going to be a blunder here in a couple of moves. Well, a little more than a couple. And here, maybe this knight's misplaced. It's okay for white to jettison the bishop as he does. You could, if you want to keep it, you could probably put it on e3. Then maybe this knight's misplaced, and it has to go back to f6 maybe, and then hit that bishop, and it'll just run back to f4. But white says, okay, go ahead and take it, and black does, and here comes a huge blunder by both sides. Okay, white plays queen g4, and black can just get the upper hand quickly with queen takes d4. There's not much white can do here. He's down a piece. If he tries queen takes g7, he's going to stay down a piece. This knight will just fall back to g6, and white's in trouble. Okay, the only way for white to save anything here is to work off of a pin with g3. But black does okay here. Eventually, white's going to have to take this knight, and he's going to have double pawns, and black's just going to be a clear pawn ahead with a theoretically winning position. But black misses his chance, and now white's a piece up of the winning game. So how can you miss taking a piece and allow your opponent to take a piece? Well, obviously, not taking your time on your moves, okay? Yet we see these blunders come up, which I'm trying to eliminate. Yet white's a piece ahead. Is going to go on and lose this game. It almost seems impossible, but let's see how he does it. Okay. White's got everything he wants. And here's the start of white's problem. Okay, if not for this move, white probably would have won the game. That move doesn't lose. But what it's done is it's weakened the king position. Now, it's okay to make a move like this when you're a piece up, but you want to look for exchanges. A simple way to win this game is just trade the rook and come here and oppose the rook, okay? If black saves his rook, white's going to be in complete control of the file with queen d4, okay? And if black trades, he's just helping white out. And white's just up a piece, and we'll grind this win out. Instead, white starts making white will make this game harder on himself than it had to be, as we will see here in a second. Let me find the right move. But the reason I suggested rook takes d8 is because what do you think white plays here? Oops, he doesn't play that. Let's back it up. What do you think he plays here? You've been watching these videos enough. There it is. Pushing the rook pawn. Now, it shouldn't matter in this case because white's a full piece ahead. But what was the purpose of it? The black bishop isn't getting to b4 very easily. Let the black queen go to b4. You'll just take it free. But white has the luxury. He's up a whole piece. And what does black do? Well, he tries to create a little room for his bishop. And white just solidifies his pawn structure. And now it's black's turn to push a rook pawn. Well, what else was black supposed to do? He's down a piece. He's just sitting there waiting for white to finish him off. And now white commits the blunder, going after this pawn on b7. Is he? Really? Well, the queen's protecting it. Maybe he's eyeballing to go to d6. Okay, that looks like a reasonable idea. But maybe there was a better way to get there. Maybe. Let's see. What about knight d2 with the idea of knight c4? Maybe he figures if he plays knight d2, black will play b5. Okay, whoops. Knight d2, black will play b5. Come on. Draw the correct thing. There you go. b5. So white says, okay, I'll go here. Now if b5, hey, look, I can take this pawn. But white's not paying attention. He puts the knight on a5, and whoops, we have a fork, and we have a chess game on our hands. The game's even. Okay, so it's kind of swung back and forth here. Now you just weakened a3, but black doesn't bite. I guess he could have taken it. Or does he get his queen trapped? No? Yeah, why not just take it? Okay, let's see. Now you're pressuring this pawn. If rook b1 to save the pawn, the threat is to play rook b3. Is the queen trapped? Probably not. Well, maybe so. Let's see. a5, rook b3. Ouch. Okay, so there's a reason not to take it. At least black is paying attention now. He didn't pay attention when he could have taken that knight on d4. He brings the queen back to c7. And now black weakens his c6 square, but white's not really poised to do anything about it. Get a spy check in, now try to get the queen over to help, and black starts looking for counterplay. And here comes the white attack. But black gets a check in because white's weakened his king side, and he tries to run out of danger to h3. But suddenly, the black counterattack is getting pretty strong. Look at this. All kinds of stuff, things are falling over there on the queen side. Black's got these menacing passed pawns that he didn't have a while ago. So, but white, by advancing b4, has hastened his own demise because his queen side is getting riddled here. And king h8 is the proper move. White will run out of checks. If queen f6 check, king g8. And white's out of checks. So he puts the knight back on f6. Black grabs a pawn. White saves his rook. Time to push a pawn. Then white sets up some potential mating threats. It's really about all he can do because black is winning now. And white sets up a threat of a mate in one. But unfortunately, it's black's move, and black finds his own checkmate. Attacks the king that was weakened earlier. And another check. And now there's two different checkmates in one. I think aesthetically more pleasing is to mate with the bishop, but it doesn't really matter. The mate is here. So, you know, what did white do wrong here? Well, white got slaughtered on the queen side. And I made mention to it. Let's back it up. It was before he lost the piece. But, you know, white did weaken his queen side with a3. Okay? He did, I said it really shouldn't matter because you're up a piece. But it turned out it did matter. Because after the piece fell, then the queen side got weakened further with this move, and black didn't bite. But a3 remains weak. And going forward kind of quickly, white just doesn't have enough to checkmate. So probably what white should do is just bite the bullet, play c3, and offer a draw, or play carefully and earn a draw. But white went for the mate that wasn't there, and suddenly the black pieces sprang to life. And white's queen side is getting riddled. Had the pawn not gone to b4, this wouldn't have happened. And the same thing could be said about the pawn to a3. So, you know, every time you move a pawn, you weaken a square or squares. And just running through one more time, White just doesn't have enough in here, and black's getting these dangerous passed pawns. Black is winning. Okay, queen, and then the black mate comes first. It's that simple. Okay, thanks everyone for looking. See you on the next video. Take care.